Well, don't worry, the project wasn't abandoned. I've just been on hiatus for a couple weeks. How you doing tonight, Chris?
This isn't Tears of the Kingdom.
What's that?
I believe
Oh,
they
that's,
released it 6 years ago or 7 years ago.
That's
Breath of the Wild.
Legend of Zelda
1.2.
Nuts and Bolts, right?
Yeah, essentially. Oh my God, yeah. You know, I love Zelda. I liked
Yeah,
Breath of the Wild.
We'll get to that. It's
Ugh.
it's been a hot month or two since we last did this, so
Yeah,
I gotta
one-on-one
kind of
play.
peruse the map and try to refresh my memory.
Well,
As
you
to
went on a
what we did
tear
last.
either last episode or the episode before that.
That
You
was
got,
two
all the-
episodes again.
Yeah, you got like all the stars in one episode.
Yeah, that was 2 episodes ago. Last one was it's been feast or famine, and that was a famine.
Well, you've earned the right to dick around for a bit, as far as I'm concerned.
All right, what do we got? We got a castle key and a temple key. And
What does
actually,
the temple key do?
pardon me just a sec. I'm gonna mess with the volume.
Do it. Content.
Okay, that's much better on my ears.
Excellent.
Okay, let's see here. Well,
Hey, Sparks, what's up?
Hey, Sparks, how you doing this fine Saturday night?
I'm actually gonna turn up the stream volume. There we go.
All right, I think.
Oh. There it is.
Okay,
All right.
we've beaten the. Okay, we beat Mac, we beat Bowyer, we beat Ponchinello.
You beat Jeff Epstein.
We've been through Epstein Tower.
I think the volcano wasn't the sword guarding it or something like that. There was no way.
No, the sword is in Monstro Town. That is
Oh,
a whole other problem of itself. I don't think we've done this yet.
Oh, Star Road. That's right. Sparks
Yeah.
is sick and has no voice. That's no good.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that.
Hopefully we can keep you company while you're sick here, Sparks, and get a little bit more regular with recording again now that
I like to.
Easter and tax season are behind us.
Oh yeah, goodness, what a. I have completely forgotten how to play this game. Oh, it doesn't matter.
It'll solve itself. Oh, that's right. Creepy Princess Peach Mario. Okay, maybe I turn the volume up a
But
little too
no,
much.
sorry to hear that you're not feeling well. Hopefully it's not coronavirus, because I think that was just declared over with yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah, pandemic is officially out. Now we've got to find some new societal problem to make everybody afraid.
With an election year coming up, I don't think that we'll have to look too hard.
Yeah, that's true. As long as we stay distracted. Well, wow, we're off to a cynical start. How you doing tonight, buddy?
It's all right. We'll just get Princess to beat the hell out of him. All right. And we're at like level 25, so I don't really see a lot of need to fight a bunch of these battles.
Right, but that kind of makes it stranger, though. The sword was so unkillable.
Not only was he a boss in Monstro Town, he was exceptionally difficult.
I was gonna
so
say, did they like up the difficulty on him drastically?
I think it's just the RNG, but I think we'll just have to go ahead. I think we got ourselves a goal in this stream now, is just to beat Exor.
Kill the sword. Yep. Princess Mario to the rescue. Very nice, Sparks. Did you see the Mario movie yet?
I did.
I enjoyed it.
What did you think?
I liked it a lot. I mean, it was absolutely just... It kind of just reminded me of some of the fun kids movies that I grew up with, only starring Mario. I had absolutely no negative to say about it, but I think if anyone was going into it expecting like high art or the best movie ever made, yeah, they were going to leave disappointed anyway. So.
Well, I mean, don't be looking from a kids movie. And
Yeah, seriously. Like, it was like my boys loved it. I had fun watching it with them, and yeah. And there were a few moments that generally made me feel, so it was good.
Yeah, it was serviceable. I mean, I got out of it what I wanted, which was essentially I wanted it to be the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, which is what we got for 30 minutes.
For real.
So yeah, competent, pretty competent. First 30 minutes were great. Second 30 minutes were pretty good. Last 30 minutes were a hot mess, but overall it was only 90 minutes. So
there you go. But like you're kind of right. At the beginning of the movie, I did get those vibes from the one thing that I actually appreciated about it is that if self-referential jokes aren't written well, they can fall extremely flat. And the ones in this movie I thought were good.
Such as?
Well, like you were saying, the 80s cartoon gags, the thick Italian accents that Mario and Luigi used for their commercial, and then...
I thought that was clever. That was a clever way to address that and
Yes.
kind of get out of that whole Chris Pratt quote-unquote controversy.
I agree, because they also managed to... That was kind of a 2-for-1, because at the same time as they paid homage to it, they were like, can you imagine how fucking annoying it would be for 90 minutes of Chris Pratt and Seth Rogen and Jack Black doing video game voices?
Yeah.
And I loved that, who's the guy who does the video game Mario voice?
Charles Martinet.
Yes, thank you. He was Mario's dad. That was great.
Yeah, I thought that it was handled cleverly, which is not what I was expecting from that movie. But
honestly, like, I think the one thing, if there was anything about it that surprised me, is that it was genuinely clever at parts.
Well, I wasn't going that far, but
no, it was. I really think it was. It was just
there's
self-deprecating enough.
There's no start. I mean, it was a fine movie, but it was a very safe movie too.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
I was expecting
I would have been
garbage
surprised
being that it was a Minions movie. Like I was expecting just Minions nonsense the whole time.
I was really worried about that, and in a weird way, I'm kind of really pissed off.
I guess we go to Land's End next.
Yeah, I guess. I was kind of really pissed off with DreamWorks in general because the Mario movie, if nothing else, demonstrates that they do know how to make kids' movies that function as movies and not just meme generators, but they don't. they could be doing this.
Those Minion movies are, they print their own money. That has a very specific audience. I'm assuming Nintendo had, it prints money. Who cares?
No, you're right. But
you're not going to put more effort into that demographic than you absolutely have to. It'd be fiscally responsible not to, right?
You're right.
I'm sure
at
Nintendo
the end of the day, you were right.
Had contracts in place, very, very close watch over the
isometric platforming does not work.
Yeah, this is
this is hell. Oh no! It's like the scene where he had to learn how to jump the course. Anyway, sorry, you were saying.
Oh no, nothing of real consequence.
I agree with absolutely everything that you're saying. My thought is that Pixar has demonstrated that they actually do understand still how to make a movie that functions both as a cash cow and something that is actually
clearly Sparks. Clearly,
the game disagrees with your opinions on the Minions movie, right? And still functions as a watchable 90 minutes of entertainment. But
it was.
But the fact is that they choose not to in favor of what you describe, printing money.
It's fine, right? Like there are certain assignments that you do at work that you put bare minimal effort into.
Right.
I'm sure.
Yep.
We are all DreamWorks sometimes, or whatever.
We have all been DreamWorks. That's exactly right. We've all just looked at our schedule and just said, "Fuck it, more Minions."
I enjoyed most of the movie. I did not really enjoy Seth Rogen phoning it in with Donkey Kong. But
really, I actually genuinely enjoyed Donkey Kong in that movie.
I enjoyed Donkey Kong, but just in spite of Seth Rogen.
Oh, you didn't like the performance? Okay.
No, I thought between him and Cranky was both no effort whatsoever.
I understand,
but that's fine.
I liked Donkey Kong as a plot piece, and I kind of wondered how they were going to incorporate him into Mario without first establishing him as a character. But then the idea to make him, just a meathead was hilarious, and I genuinely thought that was good.
I liked how there was really there was no real setup for Bowser. Just that Bowser was coming, and that was a problem.
Yeah.
At no point was it established if he was A, trouble, B, had caused trouble in the past.
Right? He's just
Or
here
C,
now. You better watch out.
had made threats. Yeah, just here comes Bowser. But
I mean,
again, it's a
he
kid's
did
movie,
he did
that's
massacre the Penguin Kingdom. That was enough to. But you know what? That's the other funny thing. Like, you can't really talk about the movie without talking. You called it from a mile away, by the way. Jack Black ended up being the absolute best thing about that film.
I felt I thought he was pretty good.
He's just an actor who does what he wants and he does. He does what he wants and he has fun doing it, and that absolutely relates in his performance.
I was disappointed because I felt Charlie Day was horrifically underused with Luigi. Because Charlie Day is a funny guy.
Yeah.
And he was essentially just the princess in this movie.
Yeah, right. They wanted to subvert the expectation of rescuing Peach. And so, you're right. They did shortchange Luigi a little bit. Until,
but how
like
much can
you
you fit into like a 90-minute script?
Exactly. That's my thought. I think in the sequel, we're going to get, a Yoshi Luigi arc or something. I don't know.
No, did you stick around for the end credits?
The piano piece?
No, I guess there was there was another scene where it shows like a Yoshi egg.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, there's like a final end credit scene after that with the Yoshi egg.
And I really didn't need to stick around to know that's exactly where the sequel is going.
So like that happened, and I was with Dre, and I was like, Sonic!
Right.
And then the kid in front of me turned around and he's like, what?
Right, crossover.
Rightfully so.
That's awesome, dude. Man,
Sonic.
We're just old enough that when we go to those movies, we can absolutely now play the part of the clueless adults.
Yeah. Is this the Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Hey guys, is that Nintendo? Look, it's Nintendo. Dad, that's
You're right.
Mario.
You're right, Sparks. Luigi was a fine princess, and
yeah,
I was fine with that. Like I said, it was a very inoffensive movie. I got what I wanted out of it.
The only thing that I didn't get that I was secretly hoping for was some kind of nod wink, whether it was like John Leguizamo showing up and just like staring at the camera for a second and walking away. I don't know. I don't know how they would have done that. But...
Any acknowledgement of no, I think too much money and time has been spent on that movie to remind anybody that one existed previously.
Or even something like completely irreverent, like there's a bottle of whiskey on the table and it's like, Mario, we can't drink that on the job. I know that will never happen, but I would have got a hearty belly laugh out of something like that.
Oh, all right. I guess I'll just go in here.
Yeah. I think that was one of my favorite episodes with Max, was when we were playing Mario Odyssey, and we were talking about like all of the costumes that Mario has in that. And I was saying that I'm still waiting for the Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo DLC pack. Super Mario After School Special. It writes itself, Sparks.
Remember, when you take drugs, first you go to hell and then you die.
Go to hell and die. Thank you, Ronald Reagan.
No, that was Bob Hoskins. No, not Bob Hoskins. That was Captain Lemieux. Mario.
Yeah, Lou Albano, is that him?
Yeah, I can never get his name right. I just know he was a sweet man.
Yeah, like a genuinely decent
Did you know that for the original Super Mario movie, Tom Hanks was turned down for the role of Mario for not being a big enough star?
You're kidding.
No.
That's hilarious.
Can you imagine? There's an alternate timeline out there where Tom Hanks is Mario and we never got Philadelphia.
Well, Tom Hanks is Mario and consequently dismantled his career in 1991. Instead of, we wouldn't have got Forrest Gump. We wouldn't have got Castaway. Fucking, what else? Catch Me If You Can. None of that shit.
A completely different timeline.
Dude, though I kind of wonder, I beat this drum to death, but I kind of wonder what a movie would look like with Tom Hanks acting in a red plumber suit opposite John Leguizamo's Luigi. That's I'm a non-ironic fan of that casting choice, if you can't tell.
All right, let's hopefully now this gets us into Balaam's temple, because I've got a key for this.
Yeah. I still just love that in 1991 it was acceptable enough to be like, hey, two Italian plumbers from Brooklyn, Oh, and John Leguizamo, your skin is just dark enough. You can pretend to be Italian, right?
Kind of like the whole Al Pacino and Scarface thing, huh?
Yeah, right. Only the exact reverse of that. Instead of an Italian guy playing a Puerto Rican guy, you get a Puerto Rican guy playing an Italian guy.
Yeah, that movie had all sorts of things going for it.
Absolutely. And hey, if nothing else, it gave us The Pest.
There we go.
Speaking of which, did you ever end up watching that?
No.
It's one of those stupid,
I watched
just
so few
deeply
movies.
stupid movies.
Well, that's probably why I didn't watch it.
Yeah, but
I watched I marathoned all the John Wick movies recently.
Oh, nice. But it was such a stupid movie that just happened to come out at the exact
Looking
right.
for a star, I'll sell you one for 400. What the hell?
Yeah,
It's
what the
just
fuck?
money.
Let's level
It's
up
just
again.
money. We can go to town on these guys.
They're like, no, don't buy that. Oh no, he bought the star. Gary, I love you, Gary.
There
Nice.
we go.
Oh, you didn't level
Oh,
up.
not a
That's
single level up. Wonderful.
all right. You got 90% of the way there though for 400
That's
coins.
true.
That's fine.
Isn't he a mini boss? Yeah.
Maybe. Oh yeah. What the hell?
Formless. You got to hit him with something to make him appear.
There we go. But yeah, so what was I gonna say? Oh, but it came out. The Pest came out like right at that magical age of like 7 or 8 years old, where everything with butts and farts and mild profanity was the height of comedy.
Adam Sandler. I get it. I know what genre, but holy, that was a lot.
Oh, imagine like a rung or two down the ladder of Adam Sandler's comedic style. like
Yeah,
Adam Sandler was.
I'll just
Adam
reiterate,
Sandler
the
was a
amount
little
of
too
movies I
highbrow.
watch is very, very short.
No, I know. Adam Sandler was a little too highbrow for The Pest. there was unironically a bit where the creepy German guy who was hunting the Pest, who by the way was also the principal from Ferris Bueller before everyone found out he was a pedophile, had a son who was a homosexual, and that was the joke.
Oh, well, it was the 90s.
And of course,
if I remember
he came on
correctly,
to John
it's
Leguizamo.
center, left, right.
Nice. Dude, your memory for these things is
If you proceed to
impressive.
the pipe next door, you will have many friends in the future.
They're going to kill me, aren't they?
That's
Adam
not what I
Sandler was
want.
too highbrow. Oh, Sparks, just look up the opening musical number of The Pest after the stream is over. Or hell,
Oh,
even during
okay,
the stream. I don't care.
All right, I guess we're going to the boss fight.
I guess so.
Uh,
And you will see exactly what I mean. But that
Oh.
being said, I think there are very few movies that really capture the aura and mystique of what the early to mid 1990s were quite as well as Pest or something in a similar vein. It has an opening musical number. I'm in. Oh, careful what you wish for, Sparks.
so what's new with you?
Well, I'm done with this topic.
Because we're moving off this subject now. So what's new with you?
No, we're gonna fucking watch The Pest on this channel. No, honestly, nothing. Like, I was kind of hoping that it would quiet down at work a little bit after Easter, but I made the mistake of going into old volunteer safety training documents and finding out that we are in complete non-compliance with just about everything. And so I've given myself a month-long headache as I rewrite and come up with a whole new training
Hey, that was
program for
effective.
volunteers.
Neat.
The aura and mystique of the early 90s is a phrase that will forever go down in history. What? You know, if you grew up during it, it had its own ambiance.
All right, now I think this will just let me move on, right?
I believe in a previous episode we labeled it Radical Batitude.
Star Cape. Yeah, we'll see if that's any good.
I was going to say, I got really excited, and then I remembered that all of the stats for accessories
that's
are
the-
randomized.
Yeah, that's the problem, is that everything is a bit too randomized.
Hey. You
Ghost
got the ghost?
metal.
Sure, what the fuck?
All right, now that we've emptied out the room, let's see what we got. Star Cape.
There it is.
Who can use it? Nobody.
Nobody.
Ghost metal.
Hey. There we go.
No, nothing.
Magic
It's horrible.
defense, yeah, no.
That's not what I'm quite looking for, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so hungry, I wish I had something to eat. Wonderful, that's exactly what I needed to hear. Because I believe I've got the key.
Sparks, the 90s, sure worry time, and radical batitude is more fitting than I care to think about. Hey, you know?
What is... Oh, okay, never mind. It's the boss, not the treasure room.
Oh, nice.
All right, so we fight the Tsar Dragon.
Oh, so you were asking what was up with me. One
Did
positive...
you know that this is a reference to Final Fantasy VI?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
The Tsar Dragon, yeah, it was the boss that was cut from the original FF6.
Yep, that's the whole reason it's in here.
Yep.
Does he counter? That
Which,
could be
interestingly enough, they put back in for the GBA remake, remaster, whatever.
Oh, they did, yeah.
And then took out again for the Pixel remaster. I'm convinced that Square Enix is absolutely going to release the GBA content as DLC, and what's worse is that I will buy it.
Nope, I think that they just released it, and there will be no more effort or work on the Pixel remasters. What you see is what you get.
Yeah, but if they want easy money, they can always... I mean, it's literally already programmed. They just have to plop it in there. Anywho, speaking of things that you won't give two shits about, I pre-ordered FF16, and I am...
Well, I mean, I'll have fun with it. That's what's important. Wow, he went down quick.
Yeah, but there's a difference. Whereas you're approaching it with healthy skepticism, I've already declared it my game of the year.
I see. The thing is like I feel like I've played things. I feel like that itch has been scratched.
Well,
right?
exactly.
Like, it looks and feels like Elden Ring.
You're a mature, skeptical, intellectual man. I am a 10-year-old kid in his bedroom waiting for the next Final Fantasy. So here I am.
Well, you'll have to let me know how it is.
Are you planning to play 16 on the channel? So perhaps we've kind of shied away from really long RPGs because longer games in general on the channel, Spark, we've just had trouble finishing. That being said, though, I would really like to
do like a couple episodes on it.
Right, but I'm definitely gonna play it to death privately before attempting anything like that.
I mean, I would like to see it.
Yeah, because my thought is there will likely they seem to be taking quite a few pages from The Witcher, stylistically. So I'm kind of thinking there will probably be a new game plus, where if nothing else, I can just blast through the story with you or something.
I mean, I don't mind like a drop in somewhere midway through the game to get like a feel of the flavor.
Sure.
Okay.
But yeah,
we've cleared this out and we're no closer to making progress. We're still missing a star.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, with that game, the whole... I was not jokingly saying that I've already declared it my game of the year. Literally the only thing that could undo it for me is if it's somehow completely broken, or... it turns out that everything that we've seen so far has been all that there is, kind of like FF15, where there's just nothing to it.
Yeah.
Except for, like, clever cuts of trailers. But I kind of don't think that that's where they're going. And the reason for that is because they've really been way more transparent with the development of this one than they have with previous entries, like 7
Nimbus
Remake.
Land or the volcano? Which
Nimbus.
one do you pick?
I would do Nimbus first.
You think so? All
yeah.
Right. Continue.
Well, yeah. So with 15 and 7 Remake, they were extremely careful about what they showed and didn't show because they knew that the stuff that they didn't show is actively going to piss off people. And with 16, they're really making a point to say, okay, unlike we've heard your feedback on our last couple of things, and this game is going to have towns that you can explore. This game's combat is going to function this way. Here is the cast. This is the premise of the story, and they're actually going out of their way to sell it a little bit more.
Oh, they're just throwing us right into it.
Oh, wow, yeah, they are.
Wait a sec. Queen Valentine has been replaced with Jonathan Jones.
I love it. I love it so much. Pissed him off, Nick.
Hey, that was me after eating Marco's pizza today.
Oh my god, dude. Last night for dinner, Sarah and I ordered from the Tap, which is the place in town that has the beer from, like, all over the world. Um, and they have really good bar food, like really good burgers, just usual bar fare, but just executed really well. And as you'll recall, I did the cleanse back in March, and I've been really going out of my way to try to form healthier eating habits. So last night was a full-on cheat night where I just went completely stupid and nice, and I felt like shit, like all it was a Philly
Oh boy, an
cheesesteak and
Energizer.
fries. I was genuinely feeling like I was going to throw up before the end of
Oh
the evening.
Jesus!
Well, hey Boyer.
That was a jump scare.
Hey motherfucker.
That was a jump scare.
Mario, don't give a shit.
I was legitimately frightened by that.
Well,
oh my god!
I think he's as scared of you as you are of him,
Oh my gosh!
if not more so.
Oh my goodness!
Oh god, dude, no mercy. Oh, Nick, this poor man.
Whew.
Sparks,
Anyways.
that's terrifying. Yeah, but yeah, like
What would you do if you woke up in the morning and that was at the end of your bed?
seriously. But yeah, I'm simultaneously disappointed and proud of myself because, proud because I'm actually succeeding in forming healthier habits.
Well, I mean, it's like
But-
whenever you cut something out of your diet and then you abruptly add it back in. I mean,
Mhm.
it doesn't matter if it's pizza or if it's lettuce. You're still gonna have a negative reaction.
Oh man, I thought I was gonna puke before bed. I didn't somehow, but I just can't eat that way anymore, which is good. But damn, I should be careful when I, have cheat nights or go out on dinner dates or something like that.
Yeah, you run. You run.
You saw what I did to your friends, right? You're next.
Spread the word.
I like how you've completely stopped doing those. Oh, hey, the jellyfish.
Yeah, in the castle for some reason.
Yeah, right? Hey, Jonathan Jones is here. Why not the jellyfish?
That makes sense. I'm sure it's purely coincidental, though.
I am here for Jonathan Jones, though. Staticky! They had the character space for electricity. I don't understand that one.
Yeah, but you know what? It's memorable.
It is staticky. Now, the question is, if we go to the secret cloud with the lazy shell, what's actually going to be there?
Probably a mushroom and a key.
A star. Watch. That would be the last one, right?
It could be. I mean, it could be. It's not impossible.
No. So, since we last talked on this channel, and I know
Jiminy Cricket, everyone leveled up.
damn, I know we've discussed it privately a little bit, but since we last got together on this channel, you've poured quite a bit more time into Elden Ring, and it kind of sounds like you're now enjoying it.
Yes, I'm loving it. That's probably.
I didn't
okay
see
for me
that
to
coming
say.
because usually when you declare something to be hot garbage it remains.
Well, I was ready to quit that game like 3 different times.
I
And you
remember.
will see that I've got like 80 hours in it.
I saw.
I had to make peace with the fact that I am not going to be a pyromancer until New Game Plus.
Nude Game Plus.
So, anyways, yeah. Eventually, you just kind of hit this point where you acknowledge what the game is, and that it just does not care if you're having fun or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You learn to play it on its level instead of...
Yeah, and I mean, it's a beautiful thing. Like, it is a wonderful moment when you march back into the land of the pyromancers, 50 hours into the game, finally able to hold your own against those enemies. That's a wonderful feeling.
I don't even need your pyromancy. I'm here.
So, it's just in a world where I really don't spend much time on games or like movies anymore. Investing 50 plus hours in Elden Ring was not something I was planning on doing, but
Yeah.
I'm glad I did. And I would not get any enjoyment out of that had I not sunk exactly that much time into it.
No, absolutely. I understand.
So,
Kind of how I felt about Chained Echoes.
mhm.
It was one of those games where, like, I saw the cracks in the pavement, but at the same time, like, the longer
Well,
I
the
got
difference
into
is
it, I
that,
learned to enjoy it for what it was.
I would say the main difference here is that Elden Ring is a masterpiece. I mean, that is very much the magnum opus that
Yeah,
the
frying
creator
pan.
of that game wanted to make. And
Oh,
I mean,
really?
it is absolutely amazing.
All right, so now you're actually making me want to pop it in my PS5 and play a little bit.
Well, I mean, how good are you at games, though?
Well, depends on the game, right? You know before asking that I cannot play Souls games to save my life.
Yeah, because
With one or two very limited exceptions.
I mean, yeah. Again, I stand by my assessment. If you didn't like Sekiro or Bloodborne, you're probably not going to like this because this game also has that difficulty curve of you're just going to get curb stomped by the first boss because
Right.
they're showing you what's what.
Absolutely, and I figured that. But that's the weird thing, though. You say like or dislike, and the weird thing is I like a lot of the Souls games or Souls-like games. I just can't play them. Like
And
it's
that's
not
fine.
me being like, oh, this game is horrible, and I want to throw down the controller the first time I die. Like I put time and effort into trying to learn the systems, and I don't know, my old man brain just doesn't have the dexterity to do what needs to be done.
It's not an easy game. I think before I cleared the first major boss, Maegret the Fell Omen,
Mhm.
I had to have been floored by him at least, 40 times, if not more.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah, I understand.
it got substantially easier after that, but man, that game just wanted you to know that
Mhm.
welcome to Elden Ring.
Sure, yeah.
But I mean, it's not that it's a hard game. I know we've talked about this before. Souls games aren't difficult; they're just unforgiving.
Mhm.
You always have the tools you need to complete the objective ahead of you. You just have to think and use them in creative ways.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's other games like that are, finger quotes, hard games, when really what they are demanding games. And I can play them and beat them. Like for instance, a similar but totally different style
It's
of
just
combat.
Just Balaam.
Oh no, poor creature. Kind of similar in the way that people talk about it, but completely different in terms of how it actually plays is Ghost of Tsushima, where people complained, oh, the sword play is unforgiving. There's no lock on. I that's one of the few games that I've literally gone to the hardest difficulty just to give myself something of a challenge and still wipe the floor with it because the combat system there just makes so much sense to me.
It'd be nice if that game came to PC at some point.
It would, and as many games as Sony is putting on PC, I'm a little surprised it hasn't.
Rare Frog Coin.
That's probably my game of the year 2020.
This path is
Not
now
probably,
locked
it
to
is.
us.
Ghost of Tsushima, if you ever do get a way to play it, is possibly one of my favorite games of all time. It started out as, wow, this is pretty...
I've heard it's a good game.
Yeah. Well, for me, it kind of went on a journey. It started off as yeah, this is a pretty cool game. I'm glad I got it. To, wow, this is probably one of the stronger PS4 era games, period. And then by the time I finished it on very hard, I was like, this is quite possibly the best action game I've ever played. It's not just that it's a beautiful and creative open world. It's not just that it has a Kurosawa-inspired story and great graphics and awesome combat. All those things kind of somehow roll together to be greater than some of their parts. It's wonderful. But it also showed me that it's not that you're 36 years old and you can't play games like you used to. It's that you're not the market for certain kinds of games anymore.
Sure. Yep. Get out of here, Bluebird. I just want whatever's in that box.
There's games that are
All right,
clearly
so
made.
now we
ahead.
are locked out of the palace because we need a door key, but we did get a rare.
I thought you had the
Frog
palace. Oh, the palace key isn't the door key. Sorry.
That was a key.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't the room key. So
I love how these guys are literally just fans.
yeah, I know, right?
They're just cautionary
Fun
tales for
facts.
children not to stick your finger in the oscillating fan.
Fun fact is these fans in the palace will spin as quickly as the setting as the pinwheel in Monster Town that you set.
No kidding.
Yeah, so if you
I
set
never
it
knew
to
that.
yeah, so if you set it to fast, these ones will blow you all around, making things much more difficult.
Oh, that's horrible. Never knew that.
No, I'm full of factoids.
You are full of factoids. and other things. All of them good.
I guess.
Go to the Lazy Shell Cloud, man. Pick it up. See what's there.
Well, we need the fertilizer and the seed.
Oh, you're right.
And
We
we've
gotta
only
grow
got
the
one of
vine.
the two.
We
Yeah.
gotta grow the vine. I totally forgot about that. Shit.
Jeez. Okay,
It
let's
hasn't even been
turn
that long
in
since I
the.
played this.
Let's turn in the rare frog coin.
Spark
And-
says you're full of magic and star stuff.
Well, thank you.
That's
That's
high
the second
praise.
time I've heard that today.
Second. Only second?
Um,
So where are we going?
we're gonna go turn in the rare frog coin to Frog Fuchsius, and then head to
The Rog Frere coin to Fig Frucius.
Yeah, exactly. Anyone else smell toast?
No, just coconuts.
And then we're gonna go to Bean Valley
Bean Valley.
because if we kill Smilix, we'll get an item as well.
Ah, good call. Yeah, I was gonna say, where are the places?
No, he doesn't. The rare frog coin is for the merchant in Mushroom Town.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that was the whole point of Mallow going to town, was to buy cricket pie.
Mallow going to town.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
All right.
But you going way back to a point that you made, which is that at our age we're way more selective about the games we play and how much time we reasonably have to put into them. The tenor
card. Yeah.
This I broken record here, but the Steam Deck has absolutely changed that for me. Like, I've played through like 5 projects this year, and not short, small projects, like full-length RPGs that I never would have sat down with on a normal thing, because it would have required
Sure.
setting up, climbing to my desk, setting aside the time. But having just the Steam Deck right next to my couch to pick up whenever
Yeah.
I have a moment to kill, like, it completely changed how I game. It really did. I have not been this excited about any portable system probably since the GBA.
Switch.
No, the GBA, man. It's been that long for me. I love my Switch. There's some really
And
wonderful
that's
games.
kind of exactly why and this is just me being me, but that's like exactly why I haven't gotten a Steam Deck. Is
Oh, really?
'cause I just don't want that accessibility.
See, I needed
because I
it.
don't trust myself.
Well,
Because like when I've got time at the end of the night, I want to do something like I want to read,
yeah.
or like I'm trying to teach myself ASL as
Uh-huh.
well as piano, and just the temptation to just pick up the Steam Deck at the end of the day, I feel like would be too great for me.
Oh, yeah, I understand that. But I mean, and you're right. I'm sure there's absolutely situations where it would be like death by convenience.
This is a strange plant.
But for me, like, I really don't have, because of wife, kids, and stuff like that. Like, there's other people besides myself holding me accountable. So I pretty much have to get done what I need to get done before I sit down to game. And so by the time I do have time to game, or by the time I have a moment for leisure, I've already accomplished what I need to accomplish for the day. And usually that leaves me tired enough where, as stupid as it sounds, just booting up my PC and opening my Steam library is enough of a chore that I don't do it. Oh, you're gonna be fine.
Okay, it'll just be an annoyance of time.
Yeah. Or you could use the Geno shot and 9,999 him to oblivion.
Well, that takes care of one of them.
Yeah, you're doing fine. Oh, Geno needs some defense. Get it, Geno. Oh, yeah, there you go.
There we go. That's what I
Well
wanted.
done.
All right.
But yeah,
I wonder who ended up with group hug.
wasn't that...
This guy's buffing himself.
Was
like
that
it's gonna make
Mallow?
a difference.
I think Mallow had group hug.
Yeah, you know what? It don't matter. It'll take a little bit, but it don't matter.
So yeah, if you ever do find yourself in that place, Steam Deck absolutely reignited my
Oh, good. They're back.
my love of Steam and my massive library of unplayed games on it.
He's got a higher health pool than I was expecting.
Yeah, holy crap.
I mean, it ain't Colux, but
Suck it. Wow, he's just not going down. You'll get him.
All right, that should do it.
Nope. He's got bombs. Oh no. 3. Die, you red bastard.
I mean, he could wear us down.
Well, you can wear him down. You got some mega elixirs burning holes in your pocket. You're fine.
That's true.
HP rain, too. You can give that to Gino real quick.
Yeah, that's probably what I should do.
Which is funny because Bowser is simultaneously your healer and your biggest damage dealer. Oh, nice. You're fine.
Does Gino have...
Oh, he has Group
he's got
Hug.
Group Hug. All right.
Oh, I was wrong. Sorry about that.
Okay. That'll at least get fear off of Bowser.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so last part of my train of thought here, Steam Deck. While everyone else is playing Tears of the Kingdom, I downloaded Guardians of the Galaxy for $17. That game is the biggest sleeper hit I think I've ever experienced.
Is that like an MMO or like what is it?
No, it's just a straight up narrative action game, but it's so fun and it's so well written and it's like
There we go.
It's everything that Marvel ought to be. You know, it's I don't know how else to describe it. Like if you ever read the comics and you had a picture in your head of like what that universe would look like as a 3D playable experience, that's what it is. It doesn't try to be anything but just raucous, funny, good time. Like there's nothing that's inaccessible about it. There's nothing. It's safe. It's kind of like the Mario movie. It's very safe, but it's the absolute.
Marvel movie was safe, you say?
No, not the movie. The game.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all controlled by the same mouse.
Oh, yeah, you're right. But well, I don't know. The studio seems to be more of its own beast right now.
Oh, Disney slackens the leash just enough to make things look like it's independent.
Well, I thought so too, but then they released that horrifying Avengers game, and I thought to myself, well, I know Disney, and as money hungry as they are, I don't think they would have willingly put something like this out that they knew was going to damage the brand. But Guardians just is phenomenal in every way. Like, I have nothing negative to say about it.
That's what I wanted.
I wouldn't go so far as to say that it's... Oh, there's the seed. Cool.
Yeah, all right. Nice. You know what?
Please.
It might be quicker for us just to backtrack our way out.
Please be a star. That would be hilarious. I wouldn't go so far as to say it's like, one of the top 10 games of all time or anything like that, but I'm just a little bit bummed out that I've let this game sit on the back burner for a year and a half before actually playing it. Like, when it came out, I saw that the reviews were good and everything. I was like, do I really want to pay $60 for a game loosely based on a Marvel franchise with like discount looking actors and everything? No, I actually like it so much better than the movies. Because, the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie was quite fun, and then, well, Marvel in general is kind of in its Sgt. Pepper's phase.
Seed and fertilizer, we go to Rosetown. All right.
Yeah.
Let's climb a beanstalk and see what's at the top.
For some reason, I was thinking the mining town, but you finished your thought before I got there, so... Oh, by the way, hey, I saw you were playing Resident Evil 6 with Christy last night.
Yeah.
that was, speaking of Guardians of the Galaxy, that's freaking unexpected. What brought that on?
It's been an interesting month, we'll put it that way. But yeah, she sold me on it, and I was just like, hey, Nick, I really enjoyed this. And it's like, it's $7, why not?
Yeah. What are your thoughts? I mean, are you getting anything out of it, or is it about what you expected?
I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It's
really?
It reminds me a lot of Army of Two. I mean, it's not the greatest It's not the greatest representation of maybe like Resident Evil survival horror.
Yeah, sure.
It's a fun game though.
Huh.
It's a damn fun game to play with a friend.
If there was anyone that could actually convince me that it might be worth a fraction of my time, it's you and Christy. So go figure.
I mean, I don't know. It could just be like. I don't know. Maybe it's just like the personalities involved. Maybe I wouldn't enjoy it as much if I was playing it with, like, say, Joseph. But
sure.
she has such a thorough enjoyment out of it that it can't help
it's
but be
contagious, right? Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Yep.
And like I said, it scratches that itch for me of like Kane and Lynch, Army of Two, you know, that whole kind of third person over the shoulder shooting genre.
Yeah.
So
I was about
So,
to
yeah.
compare it to the Prison Escape game we played way back when Play the Hit
A
started.
Way Out, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No,
I've been
even
waiting.
that.
Yeah, I've been waiting for something to scratch that kind of co-op itch.
So we
Fright
did all
Bomb.
that for a fire shell.
Shit. Oh, they can all equip it. Oh,
Oh.
shit. Whoa.
No, we had a fire dress on Gino, no less.
Whoa.
Ooh, these are
Whoa.
good stats.
What the hell?
Okay, that's
that
good.
Thing is unstoppable.
It might be this game's lazy shell.
Shit. That just made Gino unkillable. Sparks, KJ does make everything better. Yeah. I can see that. But no, so, you know the story of me with Resident Evil. I was so turned off by 5 that I never even gave 6 a chance because everything that I read about it indicated it was just more 5, which seems
it
to
was
be
a different
accurate.
beast.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, which seems to be accurate. It's a co-op shooter before anything else. But you know, Resident Evil 5 was so samey and obnoxious and stupid that I couldn't bother myself to play 6. And so when 7 came out, I was on cloud 9 because you know 7 and you love 7 and
Oh, yeah,
it's
I
7.
thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
No modifiers.
Nope. Yeah.
Um,
And you know, 8 they kind of took, you know, 1 step forward, 2 steps back, but it's still an
yeah,
two game.
To say I was not a big fan of 8 is probably an accurate assessment. And I don't know if it's because it was just in no. It wasn't because it was in 7's shadow. 7 was a nice, quick, tight narrative. 8 was just, I don't know what that was. It was just gray sludge spattered all over the screen, in my opinion. I mean, I could see what they were going for.
Yeah,
but...
I was gonna say at the very least, I will say 8 had a few moments where I was like, oh, this is enjoyable.
Yeah, I had a couple, but
Yeah.
I mean,
But no,
the stuff
compared
that
to
was supposed
7, yeah.
The stuff that was supposed to be dramatic was goofy, and the stuff that was goofy.
Right, like with 7, they really
We can't all be the Resident Evil 4 remake, though, right?
Exactly. Well, and they had sort of settled on a very clear tone with 7, and 8 felt like it's almost like there's someone behind the scenes at Capcom who just really loves 80s schlocky B horror movies, and they've got to keep him just reined in enough, and they let him a little too loose with Resident Evil 8.
Yeah, 8 just, to say nothing else other than sorry, it's been a long week.
Oh, it's okay.
Totally inconsistent.
Yeah. Well, and you know, it's kind of funny because having now finished the Resident Evil 4 remake, which, by the way, thumbs up. I will give credit.
I'm
where
gonna
credit
pick that
is due.
up.
I enjoyed it, and like it managed to redeem 4 for me, which I know is kind of a controversial opinion because people tend to love 4.
Well, they're almost not even really the same game, right?
Well, that's the thing. By the end of it, it ended up being a lot more 4 than I thought, but with just enough credence to classic Resident Evil, which was completely lacking in the original 4, where it's like, okay, I finally, after 20 years, see what they were going for, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But like, whereas Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube and PS2, and every subsequent re-release, it almost kind of seemed like we're gonna start by making you think you're playing a Resident Evil. That was horrifying, Mario. And then see how far away and over the top we can get by the end of the game. This one definitely has its over-the-top moments, but somehow, I don't know, translates them better, if that makes any sense.
No, it had ideas. They're just better executed this time around, it sounds like, from what I've watched and seen.
Yeah, because, I mean, you know, you've played both the 2 and 3 remakes with me, and those games are deliberately more, like, slow. Well, 2, at the very least, was more deliberately slow-paced and, you know, it really aimed more for
The
ambiance.
reason 4 is interesting
Yeah.
to me is that it has a lot of the charm of 7, but it's also got a lot of the fun stuff of the replayability, and it reminds me of other games that I was fond of from my childhood, like Perfect Dark, if you can believe it.
And that's kind of my verdict on the 4 remake. It is the most video game I've played in a long time. Like it delivers in just about every way. There's some parts that aren't what I'd like Resident Evil to veer towards, but they're so well balanced this time around that I actually came away from it thinking, okay, this was a fun experience, and it even still managed, despite the added emphasis on action, managed to give me a few genuine fright moments.
Yeah, Joe went ahead and streamed it to me, and
cool.
after having kind of seen that, I was like, yeah, I was totally sold on it. It looked like exactly what I wanted in a game. So,
yeah.
Unfortunately, I've just got my head still very much below the waters of Elden Ring at the moment.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I'm at like the halfway point. I'm so close to getting my Pyromancer finally.
Right.
So I'll get there, damn it. I'll get there.
And the last thing I'll say about 4 then, too, is I've said it before and I'll say it again. Capcom just gave the world such a gift with the RE engine. I don't know how that engine, which has been in use since Resident Evil 7,
angry.
still manages to look as good as it does.
What's
and
your
run
opinion?
as smoothly as it does.
What's your opinion on Konami announcing that they just negotiated, I guess, contracts for a new Castlevania, Silent Hill, and
I didn't hear about that.
and Metal Gear Solid game?
Oh, really? Ooh, well, okay. So in order, Castlevania, Metal Gear, Silent Hill, bring it the fuck on.
I was of the mindset of the most interesting one out of those is going to be Castlevania.
Well, I'll have to wait and see.
What do you do with that? Do you?
That's right. What do you do with it? Capcom doesn't fucking know, or Konami doesn't fucking know.
Do you do a side scroller, or do you do Lords of Shadow?
Or do you do Pachinko?
Metal Gear Solid
it's
Metal
Konami.
Gear Solid is also really simple because you just do a tactical stealth action game. You just copy and paste the Phantom Pain, which was excellent. You just do that again. And then Silent Hill is Silent Hill. You just farm that out to another team, and you've got your game.
Yeah,
like,
and you know,
these are all easy decisions.
I want to see. So with Silent Hill, like it's such an underdog by modern remake, re-release, reboot standards that I want a really like niche indie team to step up and do something unique and terrifying with that
You're
series.
literally getting that already. Did you know who's in charge of the Silent Hill 2 remake, right?
Huh.
It's Team Bloober.
Oh, good.
The only thing they've ever done is Layers of Fear.
Yep,
so
I remember Layers of Fear. Good.
That will be. I mean, it was a good game, but.
But I'd like to see what they can do with money behind them. Yeah.
I don't exactly know what they would do with
Castlevania Pachinko. That's right, Sparks.
Such a beloved franchise. So.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing.
But on the other hand, like the team that made GoldenEye had never made a game prior to that, and they made one of the most cherished games of all time. So
exactly, and you know that's the thing with reboots of '90s classics. Unless you're doing a remake where you have to kind of play it safe.
Well, then go ahead.
The only thing to do is shoot your shot and make it wild. Like that's what you want to do with. That's what 7 did with Resident Evil, and
you'd want,
it was so great.
Yeah, you would want.
I want a complete change.
You'd want Silent Hill 2 to be like Resident Evil 4. You know, the last thing you want is for it to be a boring, just HD up coat of paint on that game. You want like a different adventure out of it.
Exactly.
And that's the thing is when you make remakes, there's always the danger of just being very lazy, and that's kind of what that screams to me by them farming it out to like a smaller company.
I don't know. I think these small companies are the future of gaming because like when I think of the best games that I've played in the last year or two, very few of them have been big budget, familiar studios, and a lot of them have been like people who like us who grew up playing certain genres of games and have been writing love letters to them. Like that's where I am right
but
now, and I want to see
bigger.
I want to see a love letter to Silent Hill.
Yeah, but I want it to be a good love letter. Like, I can write a love letter. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be, a good one, right?
No,
you can have all the
true of
passion you
anything.
want. Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, big companies do tend to be big because, they have the resources behind them to be able to undertake those projects.
Yes, I agree totally. Which is why I'm excited to see.
You've got things like Outbound Ghost or Chained Echoes, that they were good, but they weren't like mind-blowing,
No, of course not. But we've
already got that.
They were doing something. Those two examples in particular were doing something, at least that other developers weren't. They weren't trying to be cookie cutter, which is nice. You're staying. I love this Toad. I want to see him in the Mario movie. Stone Cold Steve Toadston.
I'm just gonna leave the camera on here and let you wonder how the night was.
I got so high.
I have written a few love letters in my day, Sparks.
Oh, I forgot about.
They'll never see the light of day.
Right. I forgot about the Star Fox and F-Zero references.
F-Zero X and
So
all the references.
Yep.
All right, we're done with this guy.
So yeah, based on what you've told me, like, weirdly enough, I
apologize. Tonight's just not the best night of content for me. It's been
No, you're fine, man.
I've been at the dog. I didn't tell you. I'm the vice president of the Defiance Bark and Run now. So
nice.
We just got done with our big Lilac Festival this week, and oh my gosh, like 4 out of 7 days of the week, I've been like in board meetings and like trying to get the charity event going for the Lilac
Nick Weber,
Festival.
pillar of the community.
The strange irony in my life is, what the fuck is going on here? Is this Birdo?
I think so.
I'm waiting to hear like the Metroid music in the background.
What is What was that?
Okay,
Yep,
it is Birdo.
That's
this
Birdo.
Is great. I mean, the thing is like I keep on joining these organizations because I want to meet new people.
Mm-hmm.
But I keep meeting people that A, I don't like, or B, over 60, and it's not really like doing it for my.
I know, right? Like, I'm at that place in life too, where I feel like, for the most part, I've met the people I'm gonna like.
Yeah.
Stardew Valley is a perfect example of what you're talking about. It's a love letter to Harvest Moon. Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
you're
yes,
right.
And it's great.
And it came out 20 years after and took what was there and completely redid it for a new audience and just went to town on it. That's what I want to see with something like Silent Hill or Metal Gear or Castlevania. I'm really not holding my breath on Castlevania because, I don't know, Konami just doesn't know what to do with that franchise and hasn't since Lords of Shadow 1, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They actually stumbled upon something pretty good with that and then just dropped the ball and then made a bunch of fucking pachinko machines and mobile games with it. I don't know.
Well, I
Metal
had a
Gear,
conspiracy.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, Metal Gear Solid 5, you know the fate of that. We ended up with, what was that multiplayer horse shit even called?
Metal Gear Survive?
Survive, thank you. And truthfully...
Here's the thing is, I would love to see the Phantom Pain without Hideo Kojima's geopolitical mumbo-jumbo.
Okay.
I'd love to see that.
I'd love to see Metal Gear without Konami. I like Kojima. He is capable of doing some genuinely fun stuff. But you're right. Unchecked. He's like George Lucas. He needs someone to balance him out.
He needs
say,
an
hey,
editor.
not every
Right.
not every idea you have is gold, man.
All right, now who are the Axum Rangers going to be? Is what I wonder. Maybe they'll just be the Axum Rangers.
Just a big ass blue. I thought we already beat the Axum Rangers on Booster Tower. Right?
It's going to be someone else, isn't it? Yeah.
The cake.
Yeah, we did.
I
think we beat
cake.
them where Yardovich would. Oh, that would be great.
I want to
It's just a cake all the way up here at the top of the volcano.
Top of the volcano, please, God, the cake.
So
Can you imagine a cake doing this?
And now I'm disappointed that it's not.
But Metal Gear Solid, yeah, I can see them doing something okay, given their... Oh, no.
Oh, it's just like the factory chief.
Yeah.
All right.
Huh. That's upsetting. Wouldn't it be great if instead of Smithy, we got the cake? Yeah. What a throwaway boss.
I don't think we're gonna have any problems here.
I don't think so. Cake. But I actually wouldn't mind seeing a, if they're gonna play it super safe, a remake of another remake of the first game, but done in a completely like, I don't know. I want to see them crank the stealth up to 11. You know, I don't need it to be like super referential to the original like layout and plot beats necessarily. I want it to be, how do I even put it? Just I want it to do something new with stealth.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, but like, why be? Well, because it's an IP. Why be Metal Gear? Just make your own cool, fun stealth game. You know?
You mean
Just
Splinter
do
Cell?
that. Just do that. No, there's a million Splinter Cells. Just make something. You know? I don't know.
No, I
just,
feel you.
It just
I do.
nauseates me because just like everything is a rehash or a remake
Mhm.
of something, and I just, it's like, I don't know, like
Yeah.
someone do something new. But then you try to do something like Redfall, and it turns out to be a disaster.
Oh my god. I wasn't even aware of what Redfall was. Like, I had to learn about Redfall as people were crucifying it. I mean, just
it's
a broken
it's a
vampire
tough time
shooter,
for, it's a tough time to be Bethesda right now. Everyone's
It
looking
is.
at Starfall right now, and
Yeah.
or Starfield.
Well, and what always
I like
happens with that, and this is what pisses me off about games like that, it's not necessarily the game itself, which I wouldn't have purchased even if it was good. It's just not my jam.
Yeah.
But like when you create a new IP and you really roll the dice and bank hard on it, and it flops to that degree, what always without fail happens is these big game developers, they go into their shell and they'll do what you're talking about, rehash, save money.
Did I not get anything from that?
Nope, you didn't. Not even not a star. Where's that last star?
Where's that damn Chaos Emerald?
If only we had Knuckles. Did somebody call for Knuckles?
Unless,
You didn't call for Knuckles.
no, I'm sorry, Knuckles.
Don't be sorry. Be
Huh.
better. Anyway, I'm gonna
The
go get
news
drunk.
is beginning to tighten a little bit here.
Yeah, we're running out of places we can go.
We're out of places to go, I think.
Let's think here.
We got nothing from the volcano. Nimbus Land we can't progress unless I pull some chicanery. Bean Valley is closed to us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we got everything out of Bean Valley. Land's End.
And have we been to the sunken ship?
Yeah, we cleared that out because we talked about a darker shade of magic in there. I remember that
Okay.
conversation
Oh,
vividly.
you're right. You're right. Yep.
Can I go to the bus?
Oh yeah, the bus. That could be something.
Or do I have to clear the palace in order to do that?
By the way, fun story about this bus. When I
Okay.
played this for the first
I
time, Max convinced me that the JB on the side of that were his brother's initials. And I, being 8 years old, was stupid enough to believe him.
That's such a weird lie. That's like saying you got a sibling that's good at swimming, and that's the lie.
Well, because so you know how when you're 8 years old, and there's an older kid who has like forbidden information, you assume that they're a bigger deal than they are. That's kind of how I felt about his older brother Jim. Like, he was on the internet, and he knew computers, and he made his own side-scrolling video games and Doom mods, and I was like, wow, Jimmy can do anything. And I just assumed that Nintendo knew about Jimmy and threw him a bone.
I see. That's hilarious.
It is.
That's
isn't it?
hilarious.
That's how my mind worked. Yeah, Jimmy is a cool guy. And from what Max has told me, he's doing all right too, which is good.
Now, I gotta ask a question here to Sparks because it's on my mind. Sparks, have you finished the Darker Shade trilogy yet? I did a couple weeks ago while I was on vacation.
Did we go through the wedding chapel at all?
Yeah, we did that.
Okay.
We saved Mallow from being child married to Booster.
Right. Damn it. The Red Rocks out here where you would normally fight the water boss.
Right, Jonathan Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, we took care of this.
Okay,
apparently.
shit. Huh. You did I remember you doing the mines. Did you do the whole minecart section?
That's been done.
You just did Star Hill.
I wonder. Okay, I've got 2 things I'm gonna try, and then
All right.
yeah, and we're coming up on the hour mark, anyways.
Yeah, I guess you could try to kill the sword again.
That's what I'm gonna close the night with. I think I missed something here.
Okay. Sparks, I'm about an hour away from finishing the last audio book, but it was returned to the library. I have to wait for my turn again. Oh, it sucks.
Oh, I hate that. I literally almost had that happen to me with the book recently. I had like 8 hours to go and 3 days to finish it, and I was trying to figure out, okay, how do I re-rent it? It's like, you know what? I'll just dig deep and I'll finish it.
Nice.
Orphan Master's Son, by the way, one of the more interesting books I've read in a long time.
Orphan Master's Son, interesting.
It does some really, really interesting things with narrative.
Very cool.
And I'll talk about it in more detail.
Yeah.
sometime.
Oh, by the way, I definitely want to use FAR as our Let's Talk About Books game.
Oh yeah.
At least to kick us off.
All right.
Because I watched a few videos on it just to make sure that it was what I thought it was, and it is. It's literally maintain your ship as it sails forward for 2 hours.
Sparks, I know exactly what you're talking about because
Rocking the
I
boat.
I remember that part, and I was like, oh, this is not why I liked this series.
Oh, no.
How long is this going to go on for?
Boat orgy?
And now we get to the oral exam of. Anyways, I'm not making any more jokes here.
I actually
okay.
just finished my palate cleanser book, which was City of Orange.
This is.
I recommend it.
City of Orange. What is the gist of this book?
I don't want to say, because it's
yeah.
It's completely. I don't even want to say that it's unexpected because that kind of ruins some things.
No, I get it. It's like a whole Shadow of the Torturer thing. You can't really say anything without ruining something.
Yeah. You'll. Okay, this is the safest way I can put it. You'll go into it thinking you know exactly what's coming, but you don't know what's coming. Until there's the aha moment and you do know what's coming.
Yeah.
And that's all I'll say. It's a wonderful book. It's well, let's see here. When I discovered it was sitting on like things you need to read from Asian authors. It was kind of that emphasis. And
yeah.
I read the back of it and the premise intrigued me enough that I was like, oh, I'll check this out. And you know, it's a short read, but it was very enjoyable, and it got me out of fantasy and sci-fi for a little bit.
Yeah, I know what you mean about needing kind of a cleanser from that occasionally.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I guess we just fight Exor.
I mean, these days I almost not exclusively, but I read a lot of fantasy or crime or sci-fi. Like something that's either like a good horror or a character drama. Like I think that's why I latched on to Cloud Atlas so hard. It was the right book at the right time for me. And City of Orange doesn't quite reach that height, but it's really good, and I definitely recommend it.
The only thing I can think of is if I didn't get the flag between the O and the A.
Castle Key 2.
That might get us where we need to be. How weird. Yes, if I remember that quote from exactly, Sparks, I believe the quote after Alucard walked in the door soaking wet was, "Quit rocking the fucking boat."
There's an Alucard in this book, huh?
There is, and he's essentially just Alucard.
He's exactly what you would expect from an Alucard.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine. If you want to write your own Alucard fan fiction,
sure. As long as it's good, give it to me.
Okay. Let's see. I don't know if this opens the throne room or if it opens this door.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Ooh, well done, Nick. Man,
all
way
right.
to dig deep and find the exact chest that you needed to find. Or I guess Yoster Isle.
I'm so glad that I have such a photographic memory of this game.
I was gonna say, you know this game way better than I do, and I played the shit out of this in 1996.
I do have something of a very good memory. I don't show it off very often, but my recall is pretty good.
I do but only for like really weird random shit. Like there's some things where like, kind of what you described, where it's almost like photographic, and other things like, dude, you know that buses are yellow, right? Huh, no shit, I thought they were blue.
That's right.
Which is really funny too, because like I'm aware that I have a decent memory, and I will like argue with people when I am blatantly wrong.
I don't know if I've ever run into that before.
It is
Chris.
a deeply annoying character flaw that I wish I could get rid of. Because I'm never sure when I'm like really right and they're wrong, or when I'm just like absolutely crapping the bed.
All right.
Mallow's got some magic attack on him.
And we've almost got everybody up to level 30, so that's positive as well. Okay, we don't have the ability to open this door, but I really don't think we need to. Oh, geez, this fat fuck.
Hello.
I'm sorry, that's body shaming. I shouldn't say that.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't have. Yeah. Again, if you, it's kind of like the Sympathizer. I mean, not nowhere near the same genre as the Sympathizer, but if you just need something different, I would give that a pick up.
I feel like Orphan Master's Son might have scratched my Sympathizer itch, because it also it sounds kind of like it's kind of the same premise.
Did you see? Oh, I told you about this.
That it's going to get a series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How weird is that?
That's neat.
Like
no,
literally,
I
like
believe everything gets a series now.
Yeah,
anything that's a good idea
like,
is a franchise.
This book is, well, I guess it's a couple of years old, and that's usually when they get their series.
You know, Apple TV is doing a Hyperion series, right?
You don't say.
Everything that can be put on screen is being put on screen.
Yeah.
Like, remember the days of being excited, like, oh, Witcher, or so-and-so, or Castlevania is going to get a series. Now it's just like, everything is on there. There's no surprise.
You're right. Well, and with that in mind, like, even if it turns out to be a really good series, I'm not sure I'm going to watch it, just because the way I related to the book was hyper specific, and I don't think I have like the same vision of how the events played out as a lot of other people do. Well, like the trailer that I saw depicted like almost kind of like a really suave spy thriller kind of take, and I didn't get that at all from
out of here, Dodo.
And I didn't get that at all from the book.
That's kind of what turned me off to Altered Carbon when I tried to watch the Netflix series. Like, this is just so far from what I have in my head.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, like, there's things like Lord of the Rings where people are just going to bitch no matter what because it's a popular series, but The Sympathizer is still niche enough.
Well, the thing about Lord of the Rings is they spent like $1 billion on it, and it was just okay.
You're talking about the series, not the movies, right? Because I'll fight you.
Oh, whatever was on Amazon Prime.
Okay, good. Yeah. And you're right. Yeah, it was just okay, but...
Oh yeah, Jonathan Jones.
But for... I know, I love it so much. But for Lord of the Rings, just okay might as well be a slap in the balls, you know? It's
when you spend $1 billion on it, like, when you spend $1 billion on your franchise, at no point should Nicholas Weber be sitting there like, yeah, that was all right.
Yeah. But you know what you just described,
and to answer your question there, Sparks, I have not seen the D&D movie.
Oh yeah, me neither. I've heard it's good though.
I've heard it's good.
What you described though, Nick, like how everything now has its own series, and it's only a matter of time before something is put to paper that it's put to screen. I don't think we would have, you know, both the good and the bad of this statement. I don't think we would have that at all had Lord of the Rings movies in the early 2000s not done what they did.
No, I don't think that's correct. I think that I think it's just that it's easy money. You get your hands on a franchise and you exploit it for all you can.
It's easy money though because Lord of the Rings came along and did it so well that everybody wants a piece of that action. You're right, it is easy money. But
no,
I think, but you know,
I mean, you get a game, you get a TV series, you know.
No, but adaptations didn't used to be safe bets. Like, in fact, a lot of times they were garbage.
This is like, if it weren't for so-and-so, we never would have had pasta. Like, at some point, this economic model was going to be created. It's just that, oh, he wants to fight.
But Lord of the Rings,
Lord
of the Rings was the one that did it. It really was. Sure. Like, you're right. Someone would have done it eventually, but it just happened to be Peter Jackson and Lord of the Rings. And consequently,
you're just bragging now that you got cheese risotto. That happens to be one of my favorite foods.
Ooh, risotto. Consequently, though, some of my favorite movies and books of all time is just, and again, I know that's true for a lot of people, and I don't claim to have any kind of special relationship or rapport with it. It's just that I read it and watched it at exactly the right time in my life where, you know, it's become kind of my standard for fantasy.
Kind of like me and the Hobbit. Me and the Hobbit, which again, I think Christy loaned me the Hobbit, and I read it, and it was just this fun little good summer read. It was like a good watermelon salad during the summer.
I can to this day sit down with the Hobbit in particular and read it in 2 evenings and just devour it. Like it's so, you're right, it's the book equivalent of comfort food.
Sparks, I'm not driving all the way to Korea to go get some leftover risotto. I'm sorry.
But Nick, risotto.
I'm not driving to Korea.
Korean risotto. Come on, Star.
Am I seriously getting like 2 attacks at a time? That's not bad.
I think they do that to balance this fight out, don't they?
No, I think my speed is just so high that I'm getting double attacks.
Yeah, you're probably right. Come on, gamble.
All right.
Oh.
Well,
come on, gamble with me.
Now.
Hey!
We did it! We did it!
Next time on Play the Hits, we beat Mario RPG Randomizer.
Yeah, don't be saying finale when it's never a finale.
Now I'm imagining Korean risotto. Yes.
Okay, let's All right, there is this guy.
Hello.
Let's do
Big Boo Flag. What does that do?
Oh, good.
That one.
This takes care of several things for us. Okay.
Why can't I remember what that does?
This is for the ghost treasure hunt. Well, we at least got to challenge Exor real quick, so.
Oh yeah, go for it. See if you can take him out.
If not, then we're gonna have issues. Yeah. So now we just got to rest in the bed in Monstro Town, and
Yep. Oh, but before we wrap up for tonight, I never got to ask you any just random one-off projects that you've read that you would recommend lately?
Feel free to rest. Okay, the 3 Musty Fears. Wait. Oh, I'm missing a flag. No wonder.
Okay.
Do you think that the 3 Musty Fears are the 3 Musketeers?
No, I think they're old ladies.
I've never realized that until just now. What do I recommend? I recommend The Orphan Master's Son. It is a interesting book about a North Korean orphan who is conscripted into the military. And
I'm intrigued.
It does some fascinating things with narrative that I was not expecting, and I will leave it at that.
Okay, cool. Which is weird because that almost, well, besides the, Korean army thing, sounds very similar to my synopsis of City of Orange. But it's totally different. The author's Vietnamese,
of course,
not Korean.
Of course, there's always Dead House Gates from the Malazan Chronicles, which is one of the best things I've ever read. It's just
Dead
people
House
wandering
Gates.
through a desert.
Okay.
Dead House Gates.
Interesting.
All right, here we go.
All right, motherfucker. Round 2.
How do we do this?
Geno blast his ass.
Let's see.
Take
All
out
right,
his
I
eye.
think the left eye has always been the problem, so let's start there.
Kill it. Okay, you're doing actual damage to it, though. That's a good start.
We're not.
That was where we knew that
Okay.
we were going to be in some. Oh,
Okay.
that's where we knew we were going to have some trouble last time. Is that you started this by doing like 12 damage? Okay. Well,
That's not what I want.
oh, but sleep. Damn.
Okay.
All right. Well, if he's going to kill you, and he's going to take a damn long time to do it. Crusher.
Let's boost Geno with Geno Boost.
What the hell did you just do to me? Is that what I've been doing to people?
Okay, good.
Okay, good.
Oh no,
Bowser's
he's giving
away.
us the coronavirus.
No! Only one of them falls down dead. Just instantly.
It just starts with a quick sneeze.
Bowser sneezes and falls down. Like, oh god, Bowser, what's wrong?
Okay.
Okay,
all
well,
right.
there you go. I guess, it was just a matter of those 5 or so levels you needed to gain.
Let's see if we can't paralyze him.
So he fucking stops doing that? Oh, Geno's,
would be nice.
Geno's not awake.
You should be soon.
Sparks, not the Rona. That's right.
Okay, good. We're getting there.
Murder his ass, Nick. Whoops.
Princess can't hit anything.
Oh! Well.
Oh, gee, look who woke up.
Oh no, Bowser's dead. It just goes right to fucking work.
Yeah, I gotta pick
Come
him up.
on, get a freebie. Freebie. Nope. You haven't got a freebie this whole series, man.
I haven't got a lot of them, that's for sure.
I don't think
Yeah,
I've
you
seen one
smash
yet.
that right eye in with the hammer.
Can you imagine how horrible that would feel?
Someone gets their eye smashed in a darker shade of magic, right there, Sparks?
Sounds fun. By the way, remind me, did you ever end up... No, you didn't read Name of the Wind. You didn't like the...
Like I said, the audiobook for that
yeah.
was just so badly read that it's... I'm gonna read it eventually.
I've got to hear this. I want to know what, for you, is like so bad that you can't listen to it.
I don't know if there's like a different version out there, but it was like all the voices were flat and I just didn't like them.
Oh, really?
You know?
Yeah.
So, but who knows? I mean, maybe I'll establish some Stockholm Syndrome because I've heard nothing but good things about the narrative itself.
You know, it's one of those books that, you know, it's popular and it's mainstream, but it's popular and mainstream for a good reason.
Sparks, you and I seem to like a lot of the same things.
That
It's
was
a
a
shame our
moment.
paths never crossed before this.
Go ahead.
The thing we're talking about here is there's a part where this character in Darker Shade of Magic gets a knife ran through her eye, but the joke is that she's got a glass eye.
That's awesome.
So, and it leads to
Whoa.
these fun shenanigans. So,
Yeah. How's it just hit
Anyways.
320? Oh my god.
I know the mouth is getting broken.
I almost said you're fucking his mouth, but that didn't sound right.
Oh, it's still not down.
No. Meanwhile, the one criticism I have for Name of the Wind is the main character's just a little bit of a Mary Sue sometimes.
Which one?
Name of the Wind.
And that's kind of what I expect. Holy shit!
But
This was my face when Bitcoin collapsed a couple of years back.
right. But that being said, though, it's almost it kind of does it in the wow. Why did that give us so
Seriously?
much difficult the first time?
Chris, let's gamble away our XP.
Yes, please.
Left, right, or center?
Sparks, call it.
Sparks, this is all on you.
While I finish up my synopsis here, the main character is definitely Mary Sue, but it's not like in the Wesley Crusher sort of way. It's Cal being the last one to notice. I'm assuming that makes sense to you.
He was. Literally everyone else is like, so how'd you get the glass
Sparks
eye?
is right.
Kel... Oh gosh.
All right, well,
No harm
break
done.
even. Yep. But it's more in the way of like think like Odysseus, you know, or one of Attack Scarf. Nice.
This
Well,
can
assuming
be
it still
good.
works. Better than usual. Woo.
What?
All right, finale.
What?
That's the game, everybody.
Wait.
Congratulations, Nick.
What?
You did it. You beat the game. You did it, Nick.
What's happening?
New project next time on Play the Hits.
What?
Look, everything you care about.
That I'm
That
out.
was awesome.
I'm done.
George
that's-
Costanza leaving the boardroom, everybody.
There's nothing else that I can say that will top this moment.
Congratulations, Nick. You did it. Everybody, we won.
Have a nice night, everyone. This has been Mario Randomizer. I'm Nicholas, and you've been a swell audience tonight. I'll see you all next week. Take care.